We've known that resistance training or lightweight bearing exercises are great for people with decreased bone mineral density for quite some time now. That's one of the top recommendations for somebody with osteoporosis or osteopenia, is to do more weight-bearing exercise to increase the density of their bones. But could weight training with slightly heavier weight increase the bone mineral density to an even greater degree in people with osteopenia or osteoporosis? And if so, how high would we want to go in weight? Where is too much weight? Where's that point where now we're sacrificing, we're compromising the integrity of the bone, and we could damage them or suffer fractures? Well, they examined just that in a recent trial involving 45 postmenopausal women ranging from 50 to 60 years old that had not exercised for the previous 6 months before the trial. What they did was 3 days a week of resistance training, either high-intensity resistance training or low-intensity resistance training, or the control group, which did not exercise at all for 6 months. The high-intensity resistance training group underwent resistance training consisting of 8 repetitions at a weight that was anywhere from 70 to 85% of their 1 rep max. So the weight that they could do, just 1 rep with, they were about 70 to 85% of that for 8 reps, okay? The low-intensity resistance training group did a 40 to 60% of their 1 rep max weight at 16 reps, okay? So they did twice the amount of reps with a lighter weight. And what they found after the 6 months was increased bone mineral density and bone mineral content in the lumbar spine, and increased bone mineral content in the femur in those who did the high intensity resistance training more than the low intensity resistance training, or of course the control group, which did no exercise. There were better scores in bone mineral density and bone mineral content regarding the lumbar spine and the femur, particularly the neck of the femur, in both of the exercise groups over the group that didn't exercise. So what does this tell us? Well, this tells us that people with low bone mineral density, and all these women, by the way, had osteopenia. They did not quite have osteoporosis, right? And that's a score of past 2.5, I believe, on that bone mineral scale. But, regardless, to make the discrepancy between osteopenia and osteoporosis, right? They have lower density in osteopenia, but it's not quite to the point of osteoporosis. Regardless, it did prove to be better to exercise with slightly heavier weight. Now, they did 8 repetitions, so they weren't in there doing 4 reps super heavy weight. What really is the optimal number? I would like to see a trial where they did 6 reps. I would also like to see a trial where maybe they examine exactly what all these people eat, right? Vitamin D, vitamin K, protein, magnesium, calcium, these things play a role in bone mineral density, and they didn't tell us how much of each of these every group had, right? So that's something that can reduce some confidence in the accuracy of the findings. But nonetheless, if we assume that they ate similarly across the different groups, well, going for that 8 reps might serve you better if you have low bone mineral density than going for the 16 reps, right? And especially better than doing no exercise. So that's what we got for you guys. Let's see who's on here for Saturday. What's up, people? Happy Saturday. How you doing? Jenny, what's up, girl? How you doing? Meg, what's going on? Happy Saturday. We're out here every day. Every day. George, what's up? George Robbles. Thanks for coming on. Master Dave, beat some knees. How you doing? Chester's probably tired. Mine too. What's up, brother? Joey, Rodney, you male angel. Thank you guys for the support. Hope you got something out of that. Right Price, what's up? As for now. So we got for you folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have a great one. Thanks so much. Say goodbye to our camera holder. It is a bowl that is made out of beeswax. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy When Wellness. Thanks.